Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Cassie, and on this channel, we talk all things of healing, self-love, and self-care, and of course, becoming your dream woman. And on today's episode, I want to talk about the shadow side of transformation, seeing that we talk a lot about becoming your best selves and changing your life and becoming your dream woman and all the good stuff. But I feel like the shadow side of the transformation isn't talked about enough. Because when people actually think about growth, healing, or becoming the new version of themselves, they imagine clarity, confidence, motivation, and just everything clicking into place and being beautiful. But that's not how it all actually works. I've talked about this before, and I called it the other voice. The one, the one that you've got on one side saying, let's do something different. Let's grow. Let's take the risk. And then you got the other on the other side saying, wait, what if that doesn't work? What if this messes everything up? Oh, what if we just stay right here because this is what feels familiar? And lately, this theme has been coming up a lot, especially for the people who are in deep transformation. Because what's really happening is this: your mind is actually trying to keep you safe, not happy, not feeling fulfilled, not expanded, but safe. And safe can keep you in the danger zone for a long time. And your brain is wired around what is familiar to you. So whatever you've lived in, even if it was painful, limiting, or unfulfilling, your nervous system learned, hey, at least I survived this. So when you are starting to change and you start setting the boundaries, you are wanting more in your life, and you are stepping into that new identity, that old version of you just doesn't disappear. No, they try to stay alive. And this is where the shadow side of the transformation starts to show up. Because the old version of you will use fear, doubt, overthinking, hesitation, and even resistance to try to pull you back into what feels normal. And the tricky part is sometimes it feels natural, right? Because that's what you used to do. It doesn't always feel negative. Sometimes it also can feel logical, responsible, and even feels like sometimes your intuition is talking to you. So you fall for it. You start to tell yourself, oh, maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe I should wait. Maybe the resistance is actually the sign that I shouldn't move forward on this. But most of the time, the resistance is not a stop sign. It is your old self saying, oh, please don't leave me behind. And if you're not aware of that, you can stay stuck. Not forever, but long enough to delay the life that you've always were meant to live. So that's why slowing down is so important during transformation. Not to stop moving forward, but actually to regulate your body, to ground yourself, to calm your nervous system, and to come back into your body instead of letting fear make the decision for you. Because when you're feeling regulated, you can ask yourself honest questions like, am I avoiding this because it feels unsafe? Or is it because it is unfamiliar? And in my own life, every time I actually slow down and really checked in with myself, the answer has always been the same. Yes, I should take that risk. Yes, I should move forward. And yes, I don't want to stay where I was. Growth requires risk and bravery. There is no expansion without discomfort. There is no new life without releasing the old one. And there is no transformation without moments where you feel unsure. That shadow side, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It actually means that you're doing it right. The problem is, we were taught to run from discomfort instead of slowing down to understand it. So we retreat, we shrink back, we choose comfort over alignment. And then we wonder why we feel stuck, restless, or even disconnected. But here's the truth. The shadow side of transformation will always try to convince you that you are making the wrong decision, when in reality, you are making the exact decision that leads to growth, expansion, and your new life. So discomfort is not danger, fear is not failure, and resistance is not a reason to stop. It is actually an invitation to become someone new. So if you are in a season where things feel heavy, confusing, and even maybe a bit uncomfortable, pause before you pull back and ask yourself if this is your intuition or if this is your old self trying to keep you small because that's where it feels safe. You don't grow by staying comfortable. You grow by choosing yourself, even when it feels unfamiliar, which AKA also feels uncomfortable. So if this video resonated with you, please like, comment, and share with someone else who may be in the middle of becoming a new version of themselves. And if you're ready to keep going and doing this work, subscribe, because this channel is all about healing, self-trust, and becoming the woman that you were always meant to be. So I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.